Welcome back to Finnegan's Garage. Today's a good day. Not only do I have a brand new Finnegan Speed and Marine t-shirt, but I got a brand new project. This shirt, for you hardcore fans out there, you will recognize this is the original logo for my shop in California. And at the time, I really didn't view myself as being a business owner or having a shop. I didn't have a cash register. I just kind of worked on boats and hot rods for some friends of mine. So I only made 5 of these shirts, and I gave them to a few drag boat racers that had fast boats that I wired or plumbed or worked on. Well, I think it's time to share that with you. I think it's time to kick it old school, time to take it back to where it all began. So I have printed a bunch of these shirts with the old logo, and you can get them right now at fsmgarage.com. This thing under the blue tarp is a car that my buddies and I just dug out of hibernation. This car has sat since 1987 in my friend's backyard. And sadly, I just lost one of my favorite neighbors. He didn't die, but he moved. But he left me this. Want to see it? Corvette, been sitting for decades. What is that on your hands?
Oil, maybe?
Some
polish from back in the day. Look how perfect it is, though. It saved it.
It's not cracked. Look at the stock radio's still there.
No, I can't touch anything.
So what's the over under the brakes being frozen?
Oh.
Pedal move? I can hear the booster working. Will it roll? Keep going. Keep going, you got it. You're clear. Wow. Stingray out of hibernation. Look at that. This is crazy. Unsure if the brakes work, and we're about to come to a big hill before we get to the main road. So this might be the part where I crash this fine car, which would suck because it's in pretty damn good shape, other than the mold. Big hill, hopefully no cross traffic. Oh my god, it stinks so bad in here. It stinks so bad in here. Whoa, whoa. And we made it. Woohoo! 5 Acre Dave and I just pulled this 75 Corvette out of hibernation. We can't find much wrong with it. Guy got a hole in the radiator, took that out, for some reason took the carburetor off, and I don't think the car's really got anything wrong with it. And the interior, other than the mold, is perfect. Like, dude, it's in good shape. And I am not a Corvette guy at all, but an orange T-top Stingray is cool.
Notebook.
75
Corvette notebook. So I just want to sit in it. I don't care about the mold. I'm so upset.
They're still out there, friends. They are still out there.
It's the owner's manual.
Found the owner's manual? All right, Bobby. Tell me the story. How did you get the car? When did you get the car?
All right, loved Corvettes ever since I can remember. And then my goal was to get one when I was 21. Didn't quite make it. It was when I was 22.
Close enough.
Close enough. And
lens is fogging up here. All right, so you're 22 years old, man about town, got himself an orange T-top Corvette.
Well, the thing was I was working my you-know-what off to be able to afford to get it.
Right.
Going to school, and then I had enough money for a down payment, and I really wanted like a C2, something in the early 60s, mid 60s.
Okay.
But I couldn't get they wouldn't go, at that time they'd only go back 5 years on a loan.
Ah, so what year was this?
This was probably 82, somewhere around there.
1982, okay.
So
this car was not that old when you bought it.
no. So like I said, they only go back 5 years, and I went back as far as I could. I didn't really know that much about the C3s, especially the 75s.
Right.
So
did you have any idea that this V8 was the lowest horsepower V8 ever put in a Corvette?
yes, I'm afraid I did. But at that time it was, I'm getting a Corvette. So,
Yeah, well, and dude, I mean, it's an orange Corvette with T-tops. It's got style, you know? It's got a lot of style. All right, so you buy it. It's about, let's see, 7 years old in 82 when you get it. How long did you have it before, you got into your first alleged illegal street race?
and we're exceeding the speed limit, come around the corner, and the State Patrol have blocked 95, doing a little bit over 100 miles an hour.
So the car breaks 100.
The car will break 100. I can see my two friends' cars already off to the side. I've got the T-tops off, so I can hear the officer talking to one of the friends that came down from Carolina. The policeman, state patrolman, asked him, says, "You got a heavy foot, sir. Get out of the car." So my friend gets out of the car. He does have a heavy foot because he's got a cast on his right foot. So the policeman starts laughing. The ticket ended up being $25.
How much was the fine back in 82 for running a red light?
Oh, I don't even remember, Mike. I'm going to say it was less than 50, though.
Not bad. That's a good deal. I would have run a lot more red lights if it was that cheap. So you've already gotten your first ticket. Did you modify this thing at all? I noticed that is a key lock for an alarm, like an aftermarket car alarm.
No, that was a factory option in 75.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
To have the alarm.
There's a Chips episode where Ponch gets that installed in his Trans Am or Firebird or whatever he had. And if I remember correctly, the guy that installed the alarm was the guy that stole the car. And it was great. I really enjoyed it. That's what made me think that was an aftermarket deal. I didn't know that. So this thing over here, this is factory.
Yeah,
Look at that. So you put your key in there, turn it, and what does it do? Disable the ignition?
No, it actually, if you were to open the door or anything like that, the horn will start blowing.
Ah, that's custom. So let's fast forward. 1987. What makes you park the car?
I had a problem. I just didn't know what the problem was, but it was not. I had nothing in the radiator. Everything came out. I thought it was a hose. Replaced the hose, and it still wouldn't hold any fluid.
Did the engine get hot?
No, the motor didn't get hot. I'm not sure at what point. I don't know if it just dry rotted on there.
But you just came outside one day and...
In the garage, and there was fluid all under it.
Radiator pukes, take it out, get the radiator replaced, and then what happens? Because the carb's off the engine.
The carb was on there. A good friend of mine, for my birthday, gave me a bunch of people went in and got me a radiator. And at that point, the car had been sitting for a little while. Took the radiator out, so it was like, okay, I'm going to rebuild the carburetor and redo everything, because the car is all matching numbers. It was all original. It took me forever to find the thing. And then life happens like it normally does with everybody. I'm sure a lot of your followers. And the money just wasn't there to do this along with everything else. Not to mention I had a couple other cars at the time. So yes, I'm a car addict as well.
All right, so there it sat for 30 years. And so there's really nothing wrong with the engine other than the fact that it sat for 30 years. Now the downside of this is It's probably rusted inside. You know, the rings are probably stuck to the cylinder walls and or the pistons. We could throw some Marvel Mystery Oil in the engine for about a week and, you know, get it unstuck, but when we fired it up, we're going to do more damage than good. So my question to you is, this is an all original numbers matching car. If I pluck the motor out of this and rebuild it, should I modify it because it's, you know, well, the lowest horsepower V8 ever stuck in a Corvette before, or should we keep the thing stock, the stock cast iron intake, the stock cast iron cylinder heads, just get it running, go out and enjoy it again?
Well, Mike, I'd say since it's your car, it's going to be worth more to a collector if you keep it original. But a lot of things you can do internally and from the outside you'd never know anything had been done.
Well, thanks for the history lesson. I appreciate it. It's actually raining now on the camera here in Georgia, so we're gonna say goodbye here. And I'm curious what. Let me see if I can do this. What do you guys think? This thing is in great shape, and it is numbers matching. You know, do we go buck wild with the engine, swap out the iron heads for aluminum ones, change the cam, different carburetor, make this thing actually perform? Or do we just rebuild the engine to stock specs, you know, and enjoy it for what it is? Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm curious. Thanks.